Hello, I'm Michael Knight, the writer-director of the Foreplay, an exploration of the birth of our nation. Now, I'm warning you right now, this is going to be a too long didn't read introduction, so if you just want to skip ahead to these idiots, feel free. Now, I don't want to use the term in these unprecedented times, because at this point, we've all heard that so much, it's a joke. This pandemic sucks. I mean, it sucks hard. And for both people who create theater and for people who attend theater, it has sidelined us in a way we never believed could happen. But one of the most beautiful things about art is that it refuses to be stopped. Even during the quarantine and into this reopening that we've begun, we're starting to see new forms of theater. Now, I myself, I've participated in a few Zoom plays, and frankly, oh man, I love it. It's such a cool medium. And in addition, it's a fantastic time for new, original work to be produced and seen for the first time because, frankly, who the hell has time for royalties right now? So, we would like to utilize this opportunity to bring you some goofy, live theater about the creation of the Bill of Rights. I gotta say, the world, it's insane right now. And those are in some good ways, and they're in some bad ways. We are seeing change at a global level, with messages of freedom and hope. They are rising above the noise. And in the last 3 months, the foundations of the United States of America have been questioned in possibly more ways than since the Revolution itself. So as we celebrate this Independence Day, it really is time to sit and think about our laws and rights. They must be examined and evaluated in order to make sure that those who are oppressed, even here in 2020, are part of that American dream that our founding fathers, for all their shortcomings, intended. And we, here on the Foreplay team, believe that this play, well, it can help do that. But we also realize that there's a goddamn global pandemic going on, and outside is scary, and sometimes drinking in our underwear while laughing at something stupid is the kind of therapy that we starving artists can't pay for. So we have created a drinking game for you to keep your quarantine going because, I'm going to be honest, if you're like us, your liquor cabinet became the most important part of your house during the quarantine. So we at the Foreplay, well, we would like to say that we endorse your right as an American to get drunk on Independence Day as our founding fathers intended. So, check the comments of this video for the list. Now, we are all stuck at home, and we have to use the resources that we are afforded. The people performing in this play and on the creative team, we are actually a group of graduates from a college called Central Michigan University, and we are lucky to have local Orlando actor Adam Delmedico with us as well. So we're spread out all over the country, but we're coming together for you right now to perform this play. Now, usually, it's set in 1789, and we do full colonial outfits, and we do props and everything, but today, well, we got to work with what we've got. So we don't have flintlock pistols, and we don't have powdered wigs, so we're going to do our best. But we do have a bunch of idiots who are probably a little buzzed, and they're willing to read these lines for your entertainment. Have we rehearsed? Kind of. Will there be blocking? Boy, we attempted. Can we guarantee that you're going to feel weirdly woke and a little patriotic after this play? Absolutely. Now, I want to warn you, this play is a hard R. We're going to drop some F-bombs and say stuff that your grandma might not like. Or maybe she will. Look, I don't know your grandma. But if you can't handle swearing, now's the time to turn this off. Otherwise, we invite you to sit back, grab a drink, bring up our drinking game list, and get ready for a little foreplay. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
The conventions of a number of the states, having at the time of their adopting the Constitution, expressed a desire, in order to prevent misconstruction or abuse of its powers, that further declaratory and restrictive clauses should be added, and as extending the ground of public confidence in the government will best ensure the beneficent ends of its institution.
What?
It's the beginning. That's how we're going to start it.
Yeah, that's incredibly confusing. How about we're going to add some shit because you jackasses weren't clear enough the first time around?
Yeah, Jefferson? Yeah, Mr. We hold these truths to be self-evident.
That is goddamn poetry.
You used the word inalienable.
Yeah, I sure did.
Name me one person who uses the word inalienable on a regular basis.
I don't know, Washington?
George Washington uses the word inalienable on a regular basis.
Yeah, when he writes to England and when he's quoting the Declaration of Independence, which he does all the time, because that shit was gold, James. It was solid gold.
And we're all very proud of you for freeing our country from tyranny with your inalienable writing.
It's not even remotely the proper application of the word.
Hamilton gonna be here for this?
That arrogant, talentless, forgettable bastard? No, apparently he can't, because he has another big thing he's dropping this weekend. Whatever the fuck that bullshit stands for, must be nice.
Well, where's Mason?
Still waiting on a carriage, I think. That poor bastard just needs to buy his own.
Not everyone owns a plantation, Tom.
He's from Virginia. He's in politics. He owns a plantation. Oh, Mason, hey, you own a plantation, right?
It's the 1700s. I'm white, male, in politics, and I'm from Virginia. Do the math.
He owns a plantation.
I own a plantation. I think it's a pain in the ass for the upkeep, though.
Yeah, because you upkeep it.
I'm just saying, owning a plantation. It's probably more trouble than it's worth.
Hey, Mason, look at what Madison here wrote down.
Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, that is eloquent.
Oh, thank you. That's sweet.
Of course.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, calm down, Captain Inalienable Rights.
Everybody's got shit to say about that, huh?
Well, seeing as we're about to come up with those inalienable rights, I think you'd be a little more subdued, Jefferson.
Washington asked me to be a part, so I am a part. Hey, you gonna sign this one this time?
Well, why didn't I sign it last time?
Because the Constitution gave too much power to the government.
And?
We couldn't amend it.
And what are we doing today?
We're amending? Ah, yeah. Oh, you're gonna sign it? Yeah.
Gentlemen, we have a very long way to go, so...
What do you mean a long way?
Well, we are amending and clarifying the ruling document of our entire nation. The whole thing is to ensure that the government doesn't take too much power and become like England. We have to take care
One day.
to... Excuse me?
This will take one day.
Don't you see how important
One day!
Listen, you jackass, if you don't want to be here, then don't.
Look, I think this is important and everything. Hell, I made sure Washington took you two seriously. I just don't want to waste time on it, okay?
Hey, we are three white guys discussing the law. Everybody wants to take time to hear from us right now.
Look, we will give people rights they deserve and move on. How hard could it be? How many amendments could we need?
As many as...
At least 10.
Boom, there it is. There will be 10. How much shit could possibly need to be clarified?
Oh, I don't know, Tom. How much can a country change over its entire existence?
You were telling me that the document we so painstakingly wrote and made sure was perfect to the last word so that we could literally place the entire running structure of our society on it is so unclear that we're going to need to make changes to it continually in order to maintain a functioning and fair society?
Well, maybe.
No. The people are entitled to a Bill of Rights, but there can't be 8 million of them. We just can't keep changing the damn thing to fit the needs of everyone, to make everyone happy. That is not how a country works.
The Constitution has so many flaws, and you wouldn't even begin to understand.
I just don't see why we have to do it all. Hey, we'll take care of what we need to for now, and if it needs changing, people in the future can take care of it.
All I'm asking for is that ability to make a few amendments when necessary.
If necessary.
Okay, gentlemen. We'll declare the basic rights given by the Constitution. Yeah? That will make you happy?
Sure will.
And we'll try not to take months to do it. That will make you happy.
Yes.
All right, then. Amendment 1.
I got nothing.
Oh, you didn't bring any ideas?
No, I agreed we needed rights. Didn't say I knew what they were going to be.
Well, Mason, don't you have some?
Well, yeah, but like, it shouldn't all be me. It's a huge responsibility giving an entire country the rights. I didn't know I was going to go first.
Well, congratulations. You get to go first.
Well, what did we have or not have that we want to ensure?
Slaves. Slaves. Make sure that we keep slaves.
Pretty much our entire nation's economy is based on us keeping slaves one way or another. So I wouldn't worry about that particular right changing anytime soon.
I don't know. You might want to write it down just to make sure.
Believe me, we don't need to put in writing. We'll ensure one way or another because it's ingrained.
Look, no one's going to challenge our right to have slaves. That's a non-issue. We got to have slaves.
Gotta have slaves. Because of the economy and stuff.
How are your kids, Jefferson?
Shut up!
I'll say whatever I want, thank
My
you.
life is my life.
And I can talk about it if I want to.
That's it.
What?
What?
The right to say whatever you want. Think about it. King George. He didn't want us talking about him, but we all did. In back rooms and in the bars and our homes anyway. So we should make that a right. The ability to say whatever you want without hiding it. The freedom of talking.
Do you take constructive criticism? Because it's
Yeah.
just...
It sounded weird. Okay, let me take two. The freedom of speech.
Boom, there it is. It's so good. It rolls
Right.
off the
That's a
tongue.
better-
It's easy to say.
But do we honestly need that though? I mean, people can already say whatever they want. They just say it.
But before, it could be considered treason.
Which I don't know if you know is pretty bad.
Fuck off.
All right.
If we want to live in a society free of tyranny we fought against, we need to be able to just be ourselves. This way, we can talk shit and not get fucking executed for it.
A lack of execution by the government would be nice.
Yeah, but what if someone's an asshole?
Then they're an asshole. They still get to say what they want.
You can't get in trouble for being an asshole?
No, because half of the country would be in jail.
You're telling me that you want to make a right where someone can express their views or ideas about anything and anyone, and they just can?
Why not?
Well, because then people would have to think logically and be educated about things. That's an awful lot to ask of an entire nation. Don't you think people would end up fighting?
It's better than hiding in cellars and taverns trying to hide your thoughts and ideas. No, it's when we have to hide what we truly believe and think that we become an oppressed society.
Anybody can say whatever they want,
Oh my God, yes.
no matter how offensive or annoying.
Are you deaf?
So what if I said...
No.
No.
No. Why do they always want to say that? Nah, not that.
Now's not the time. Read the room, man. Read the room.
Fair enough.
The point is not making everyone happy. It's about making everyone free.
Yeah, but like how much damage could be done? It's not like I can say something about someone in New York and they would know. They're hundreds of miles away.
Yeah, what is someone going to do? Write it on some poster, take it to New York, and then put it on a wall?
That's what a crazy person would do. Who honestly would care that much?
No, I like this though. It'd be fucking ridiculous for someone to be like, I don't know, like arrested or fired for saying something someone else didn't like.
It's all about representing yourself. As long as you represent yourself properly, you shouldn't fear repercussions.
Yeah, that's not going to work out super well for me.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, this is my shock face.
What if it's written down, though, like in a gazette?
Well, I suppose it would be ridiculous to say You can say something, but you can't write it down.
So the press has freedom too. Yeah, zero way that could ever go wrong.
Well, the press has decorum and is respectable, though. They should know they have a responsibility to properly represent the American people.
Okay.
Just to clarify, though, this is about anything. Even the government?
Oh, especially the government. Like, almost exclusively the government.
Mason, we're the government.
Yeah, and you're a dipshit.
And you can just say that now?
Madison, write that down.
Don't write that down. What are you doing?
Write it down.
Get a pen. Get a pen. No, don't write it down. Take it out of your head. Take it out of your head right now. Okay, sit.
And now I can.
That was mean, and it made me feel bad, and it offended me due to my personal beliefs.
Oh, free speech, baby.
You can't just say free speech and just...
Get a fucking stutter.
If people don't like us, they can say so.
And we can tell them to kindly go fuck themselves, yeah?
Kindly.
Good. That works for me. Ooh, what if I said that Washington's face looks like it was hewn from an ugly tree? Because coincidentally,
Say that.
I do say that. Now he can't kill me for it.
But what if that upsets the president or hurts his feelings?
I'm pretty sure the President of the United States has many more important things to worry about than getting upset and individually addressing every person criticizing him.
Okay, so freedom of speech, freedom to talk shit about the government.
Use the word petition. It sounds more formal. That way, they can bring the problems they have with us to us, and it will not be treason. We can work together.
What if a group of people talk shit about the government? Wouldn't that be dangerous?
No, I can't imagine a group of people organizing to oppose their government's ideas and it resulting in a negative outcome for said. The Star Spangled Banner! Look at that! How did that get there?
So give people that right to gather and share ideas out in the open. When you hide it and fear what people think about it, what you're saying, and that's when it creates problems.
Like a revolution.
But if it's protected by the government, then the people can't technically be opposing the government. That is some evil mastermind shit there.
I do what I can.
And the government returns with understanding, because without these gatherings, America wouldn't be here. And it becomes a beautiful coexistence.
Just make sure to say that they can gather peacefully.
What?
Oh, trust me, you're gonna want to say that.
Well, that goes without saying.
You want another Boston massacre?
Like 3 people were injured.
Now, this buddy of mine had a pretty severe scrape. A massacre, I say.
You're just right, peacefully.
No. I am not going to indict the American people with patronizing language. Jefferson, you act like a large group of passionate people won't behave like responsible citizens and instead will commit widespread vandalism and violence.
Right down
Peacefully.
Yeah.
Yep. There. Now the American people will always remember that.
A peaceful gathering. Sounds like church.
Ooh, that too. Put that down. Freedom of religion.
Oh my God, is that really a right?
It falls under the freedom of speech thing. You can say what you want because you believe what you want. It fits.
Well, like Congress would ever actually get that bothered about what God people prayed to. That would be a fucking waste of time. Might as well get upset about whether someone prefers cats or dogs or light beer or dark beer. It has nothing to do with citizenship.
Can we make a law about the rights of beer?
There will never be any laws about beer. Beer's the best. Literally everyone drinks beer.
The people came over here originally to have religious freedoms. It would only make sense that to have it be one of the rights we're given.
Yeah, except religion isn't just beliefs.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
That is all it is. It's a bunch of beliefs and standards in which you live by.
But it's also about how to live. So how will they be able to practice religion freely if they have to follow the laws of the land that clash with their religion? It's a contradiction, huh? Huh? Mind's blown. You're welcome.
Well, you shit.
Yeah. What are you going to say when people bring that up, huh?
We're a bunch of white people who are almost exclusively Christian and practice Christianity in everything that we do. Not like that's going to change much. So Why not? No harm, no foul.
No, it doesn't work like that. Some people are bound to believe differently, and we have to make sure that people understand that church and state are separate entities.
Well, what are you saying? That bringing one's religion and beliefs into lawmaking isn't allowed?
How could it be? The idea of having religious freedom means any belief is accepted. So how would it be fair if one's religious beliefs affected law? Fucking duh.
Well, that wouldn't be religious freedom. That would subscribe to only one way of thinking, calling one religion better than the rest. It would make the religion the reigning power rather than natural human rights.
Sometimes you're like a puppy I want to give treats to.
It's called a theocracy.
Look at him. He's so proud of himself.
I'm so confused.
I think it would have to work like this. So, like, killing someone is bad.
Oh, astute.
But I might want to kill someone because I believe it's right.
Let's hope you're not a murdering psychopath.
It's a metaphor.
Continue with your metaphor.
But above all, we recognize killing is bad in general. So the law states that you can't kill someone even if you wanted to.
So my relationship with Jefferson.
No, I could say I wanted to, even believe it's in the best interests of everyone to kill Jefferson.
Why is this all about murdering me?
But I can't, because the law states killing is wrong.
Yes, that is correct. You say, right, believe, think, whatever you want. We're guaranteeing you can believe whatever you want.
Because that's what religion is. It's belief, faith, and nothing more.
But you follow the law because that's for everyone.
This works for me. I don't see anyone having any issue understanding that what you believe and what the law actually states are two completely separate entities. In fact, the law ensures the belief, not the other way around.
And it won't matter what religion someone is because it won't affect the way the country's run anyway.
It can literally have zero effect.
All right, so what do we have, Madison?
Freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of free speech in the press, the right to petition the government, and the right to assemble peacefully.
Yeah. Well, pretty damn clear to me.
And then that's it. That's the First Amendment to the Constitution. Huh.
What?
Just kind of anticlimactic, It kind of feels like something should have happened.
Like what? Like someone ringing a gong or something?
Or something, yeah.
Oh, you're adorable. Ah! I'll be goddamned, what the hell was that?
That was the sound of the North American bald eagle.
Oh.
The sound of freedom. This is a big deal. People are going to look back at these specific rules for years.
Good thing we made them pretty damn clear then. I don't think anyone should have any issue understanding any of those points. They're simple. Shall we move on?
Amendment 2.
All right. I started the first one. Who's got this one?
I got one.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't think we should have to worry about being threatened by England anymore. We're in charge now, and I don't want anyone telling me I can't fight for my country.
What do you mean?
I mean that I wrote the Declaration of Independence, and I intend to stay independent. Gentlemen, we do not do this lightly, and I'll be goddamned if there's redcoats come back over here and try to take it from me again.
So you want the right to defend what's yours?
Exactly. Look at this map.
Wow, that is fucking convenient. Did you draw that yourself for this exact moment?
Yes, I did. Look, the country as we have it is located exclusively on the eastern seaboard. The entirety of our land is one very narrow strip along an ocean where anyone can attack all of our people at any time. And what do we have to protect ourselves? Nothing except our own citizens.
We could build a wall.
That's the stupidest fucking idea I have ever heard.
So what are you suggesting?
Give everyone the right to defend themselves. Everyone has the right to have a gun. So that way, when Big George comes knocking with them lobster-looking motherfuckers again, they can look right down the barrel of my single-shot musket.
But it's dangerous.
Yeah, so is hopping into a carriage pulled by a wild animal. Literally, every single one of us does it every day. Why you gotta be a bitch about it?
We just have to be careful. Anyone at any time could attack anyone. It could possibly create social disorder. Literally, in an hour, 4 or 5 people could be dead. I mean, it would be insane. A man could break into anywhere and just be like, it would be pandemonium.
Okay, but if we don't let people have guns, we are only limiting the people that don't want to do the stupid shit. You know, if we take them away, we'd only make things worse for people who were assaulted and better for the attackers, and that would encourage more killing.
Well, that's a fucking morbid outlook on our country.
Isn't it, though? Human nature is just amazeballs.
I just don't understand how necessary it is to put it in there. People need guns. How else are they going to eat? I mean, it's necessary for hunting, for day-to-day life. It's not like we have ready-made food and clothing available to everyone in every single part of this country.
Well, I just have my servants go to the market. Why can't people just go to the market?
Oh, you want to conveniently build markets where everyone in our tiny little nation can access them. You know, I just got a note delivered by a courier that took 3 days to deliver from one city over. And it said, hey, I like your market idea. And while we're also talking about things that are not possible, how about we build an army in space?
Anything is possible. Space Force.
Don't say Space Force. That's stupid. Look, you know what else is possible? We're going to have another war within 10 years. Am I wrong? I am not wrong.
There have been a large amount of wars here in America, on our soil, in the last 50 years alone. We're going to have at least one more big one.
Over what?
Sure isn't going to be slaves. Am I right, guys?
Okay, I cut you respect.
Just use the militias. We've had militias for years.
My point exactly. Literally everyone is in a militia. Can you imagine people not being in a militia?
No, I met with my militia guys this morning. Great guys. One does cross-stitch.
What's the difference between cross-stitch and crochet? Because
It's different because it's the fabric, actually. One is
it's not the needle that's used. Okay, who are the militiamen? They're regular citizens in their own homes.
Huh, yeah, I guess you're right.
And it's also necessary because of the incredible threat we face from the West.
Oh, we're threatened from the West now.
Indians.
Native Americans.
Shut the hell up with your correctness.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a politician. I have to be correct.
Then stop being so politically correct. We're just dudes sitting around talking. Lighten up a little.
I suppose Native American violence is something that has to be taken into account.
I mean, they're everywhere. Their presence is very strongly felt at this moment.
It is definitely a threat here in 1789.
They definitely continue to want to fight us with violent force.
We could make them somehow pay for a wall.
Oh, shut up about the wall! You know, even if we tried the wall, it'd probably end up being some half-assed children's drawing version of a wall. Christ, it just gets stupider every time it's brought up.
Look, we could name our militias after them, huh? I mean, they're fierce warriors after all. Maybe that would appease them and honor their spirits.
Yeah, sure, solid idea. That's not in any way problematic.
Okay, look, the point is we have to have a constant militia. We have to defend ourselves from the frontier violence and the possibility we could be attacked by England again.
Plus, what if we turn into our own England?
That doesn't make a damn bit of sense. We're America and they're England. They talk funny and we don't.
If you'd open your fucking ears, you'd realize I'm agreeing with you.
Seriously? With him?
Madison, I get your trepidation, but things were great, and then out of nowhere, they start oppressing us, telling us what we have to pay, who we have to house, and then all of a sudden war, which requires us to find people for the militia. If we don't pay attention, the government gets too strong, and we have to declare independence again from someone else.
That document was perfect. I refuse to ever declare independence again.
The only way we were able to obtain freedom was by fighting for it, which required guns in the hands of ordinary citizens. Without those guns, who knows if we could have ever been free? The English could have done whatever they wanted.
Okay, Okay, so we have a militia
Which everybody's a part of.
Many people willing to be part of militias right now. Yep.
armed with single-shot powder muskets.
As opposed to...
I don't see people needing much more. It seems like a single high-speed piece of metal piercing your body sends a pretty clear fucking message.
Maybe a flintlock pistol, you want to get crazy?
To protect themselves from threats of the government and others.
That sounds reasonable to me.
I think it's only fair.
All right. So everyone has the right to bear arms and keep well-organized militias, right?
Considering without those things, we simply would not exist as a country to begin with, yes, I believe those are good rights to ensure all people.
And since it's such a noble reason for having them, for defense rather than attack, people will be responsible about it, right?
Yeah.
Done. Amendment 2 completed. Okay, but every time?
Hey guys, hey, we shot that one out pretty quick, right?
Jeez. Jefferson, do you know what sucks about you?
I'm sure so many things, right?
No one will ever know this. They'll look back and be like, oh, he was one of the greats. He's a great man. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. He's the father of our nation.
All those things are true.
But they'll never know how big of an ass you are.
History doesn't need to know that, nor does history care. All history wants to know is, did he make the country a better place to live in? And no matter what you say about me or my behavior here, or really any other aspect of my life, every decision I've made has done exactly that.
He's got a point.
See, Madison has my back. By the way, Maddie. Ooh, can I call you Maddie?
No.
I'll call you Maddie. Maddie, can I crash at your place tonight? Because I have a bad reputation with the innkeeper here. So.
Oh, I thought we were going out for a nice dinner tonight, James.
We'll figure it out. And I don't know, Tom. Ever since the English forced us to lodge them during the war, having people stay has been a bit of a touchy subject for me.
Oh, yeah?
Only a bit. I mean, who wouldn't want blood-stained curtains and typhus hanging out in every upholstered item? That was simply delightful.
Please be a little more sarcastic.
Listen, a man has a right to property. That's one of your inalienable rights.
Sure is.
So why in the hell would anyone have thought it would be okay for some limey fucking soldier to roll up and take my bed away at night? You feel violated.
Did they make you do things?
I'm about to Second Amendment you, Tom.
Just show me where the bad man touched you. Ah!
That what you're looking for?
Damn, that was full on. You got both of them. I'm going to throw up now.
I don't give a shit. Whether or not there's a war, a man's home is a man's home.
Like, it feels like there's a creature trying to claw his way out.
I agree it's unpleasant, but don't you think that people might argue that it's your duty to the government?
It's about my consent. My duty should never be decided for me. That's a question of personal morality.
Someone's a poet.
And if I do choose to let someone stay in my house, I should have the right to kick them back out the next morning if I don't like them.
It begs the question why you let them stay in the first place.
Well, with the English, I didn't have that choice. This is about my right to decide who comes in and not who King George tells me I have to let in.
Are you still talking about your house?
And it shouldn't matter what the circumstances are. My property and the things I own should not be tools of the government.
Cool.
But some could argue that if you want to live in this country, there could be certain things expected of you.
Are you arguing that?
No, not necessarily.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but the point of a government is to give protection to people, and in turn, we follow the rules they set in order to maintain that protection.
So in essence, ask not what you can do for your country, but what can your country do for you?
Eloquent.
No, it's stupid. It's all backwards.
Look, if the government treats me right and doesn't tell me I have to do something, then I'm willing to help them out.
Hey, guys.
What now?
I mean, it's like our army, right?
Right.
Like on our own soil that we control.
Right.
Okay, because I'm just spitballing here. But wouldn't they already have homes since they live in the U.S. and are U.S. soldiers? Or at the very least, we would provide a place for them. Can you imagine? Come join the military academy. Also, we have no place for you to sleep. Go ask that guy over there.
See, the government takes care of us, and we take care of them, and it becomes a cycle.
Seems foolproof.
Duh, what are we going to do? Ask people to fight in the military and leave them without homes? That'd be a bunch of bullshit, am I right? They were our own damn soldiers. It only sucked when it was someone else's soldiers.
If it was a soldier for my own personal army, I might then feel a moral obligation to let them crash on my couch. That seems reasonable.
That makes sense. They fought for your freedom after all. So.
But again, that would be my choice. That's what I'm trying to protect here. The right to choose what to do with what's mine. So if I don't want to let people in, I don't have to.
You guys think at times we're just giving people the right to choose to be assholes specifically?
No quartering soldiers in peace or in war unless consent is given. Sounds pretty clear.
What about family members? I have these aunts I really don't want to see.
Soldiers, I'm good with just soldiers.
That work for everyone?
The amount I don't care about this one is astronomical.
See, I thought it would be inalienable. Well, I'm okay with it. Lord knows letting those soldiers stay in our homes was the absolute worst part of war.
Yes, it wasn't the gruesome deaths or anything.
Oh, they'd come in, they would have zero respect for anything, putting their muddy feet on the ottomans.
Their heads removed by cannonballs.
You kind of have like a neat freak thing going on, don't you?
Oh, it smelled terrible.
You're creating laws based on discomfort.
What is unlawfulness but discomfort? Social discomfort.
We should just create a law about pillows. Each home should have no fewer than 15 pillows.
Goddamn English took our pillows!
Oh shit, really? That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
I
funny.
claimed it was for the army, that we were doing them a service.
Some of those sons of bitches took my lanterns. Yeah, said it was my honor to provide them light. Yeah, my honor to whoop your asses.
And they come in, tore the place apart looking for whatever they wanted. Food, clothing.
Pictures of Mason's wife.
Yeah.
Ah!
In the name of the army.
Did they even have a shortage of pillows?
If another person hits me.
I mean, it's war, honestly, who has an abundance of pillows, but still.
Second Amendment.
That stupid Second Amendment, so dumb.
They basically walked through the place claiming that they needed this or that. It was arbitrary.
Okay, so what you're saying is it isn't that they took things necessarily, it was that they weren't specific about what they took, they kind of just did as they pleased?
And man, that's your shit. You paid for it. They've got to have a damn good reason to literally take something out of your hands.
Well, they could also claim anything to enter, harboring rebel intelligence, housing fugitives, whatever. And because they wore the red coat, they just had the authority to do so. No consequences, no checks on their behavior. They wore a uniform, therefore they could do as they pleased.
Soldiers and uniformed officials treating common citizens like criminals before having proof. It's a good thing we're writing this down, so that way there's no confusion on the matter. The government can't just walk in, look around, and do what they want.
And they won't be able to just use some fancy language and enter or tell you, oh, I'm a legal official. I have the right to do this.
Because they don't. Because it says so. It says so right here.
And I'm talking about everything. I shouldn't be walking down the street afraid of a man in a uniform because he might choose to suspect me of something.
Well, no shit. The uniform should be a beacon of hope.
I mean, it's sad that we have to put this in the amendment simply because of those English officials.
Hey, guys.
Damn it.
What if someone did do something bad, though?
Well, then
Like, this is all well and good in a perfect society where nobody fucking sucks. But some people fucking suck. And sometimes they will have to be investigated for the good of all the people. So we have to have uniformed officials for our safety. You can't just blanket claim they're all the enemy when we have a lot of shitty people in our society that need watching. Because they suck as people.
I mean, yes, a lot of people, they do suck.
Look, if they can fucking describe to a T who, what, when, where, and why they need to investigate, then they can be my goddamn guest. It just can't be because someone feels like it. You know, if any of those redcoats had brought me something from their general or from King George himself saying they had a reason to take my pillows.
I can't get over the pillows.
Describing why and for what exactly, then I suppose they can have my pillows.
Accountability. Accountability is the word I believe you are both looking for. It has to be an official order, and there has to be a reason.
Yes.
Good. Write it down. All right. So, what happens
What do you mean, what happens?
to the shitty people?
Oh, they get in trouble. Duh.
Well, but how do they get in trouble? If we can't have people arbitrarily choosing to single out people for an investigation, surely we can't have people arbitrarily handing out punishments. That's what a king does.
And fuck the king.
Agreed. Fuck the king.
I'm actually okay with not fucking the king.
Back on track.
All right. So what is the definition of a democracy?
A nation where the power comes from the people.
Oh, a nation where the power comes from the people. That's you. That's what you sound like. Listen, so it is with the government, so it shall be with the punishments.
So a person has to be put on trial to be punished?
Yeah. You'll bring them up in front of a jury in a trial where the people decide how to punish them because the people were the ones infringed upon. Yes?
Because people always make proper decisions when dealing with heated situations. Yeah. Madison, what would you do to those Englishmen that came into your house?
Murder all of them!
See, that's not going to work.
Well, they wouldn't not work.
Oh.
Okay, well then they'll go through due process of law. You know, they'll ask people shit, they'll ask other people shit, they'll really sort that shit out.
But what if a person is well known and has friends? Or flees to a place where they are well known and have friends after committing a crime? Couldn't all that be skewed?
Yes, but then we'll haul their ass back to where they committed the crime. Because you wouldn't put the redcoats on trial in England for what they did, would you?
Oh, absolutely not.
But to be fair, the majority of them were just soldiers following orders. It was a war.
So put a fucking caveat on there about war. If you kill someone during war, well, that's what war is. So cool, whatever, you get a pass. But not the everyday crimes. That's what I'm saying.
And as far as being well known, well, justice will take care of that. The American people have dealt with enough tyranny and terror in their lives so far that there's no way someone's fame or fortune could impact the way a jury or judge makes a decision. I mean, this is the land of truth and justice. You can't get off that easy.
Jefferson's well known.
Yeah, and we hate Jefferson.
You see, it's a perfect system.
So, even if you're a shitty person,
You're still owed a process by the law to determine that you are in fact a shitty person.
and they can get a lawyer too to help them out.
Where are we going to find any of those, huh?
A lawyer makes more sense. You can't force a person to say they're not a shitty person because, of course, they're going to say they're not a shitty person. It almost immediately indicts them.
Honestly, it would be better to have a lawyer do all of the talking. Lord knows most people would just say some stupid shit and end up with a big boyfriend named Buford in prison.
It'd probably be better to just not say anything at all.
Oh, because sitting there in silence doesn't look guilty as fuck.
Just give them the option to remain silent. People are more stupid than they are smart. That's a damn fact.
And you can bring in other people who were there to testify. Make sure every ounce of facts is out in the air, because that is what the court system is about. Facts.
Yeah, and you know what? Just to make it fair, how about everyone gets to participate if they want? Anyone can see the trial take place. We're not hiding justice from anyone. You get some justice. You get some justice. Everybody here gets to see some justice.
Do you really think people will care? I mean, that would be borderline morbid. I would hope that in the America we create, there are far more things to be interested in than watching the suffering of others.
I think Jefferson means that it's technically public, so that way people they care about, or they can at least attend, for moral support or whatever.
Yep, that's what I meant. Not a big spectacle of law, no sir.
Or so that the people affected can also be involved. They can be there. That's only fair. But you're right, Madison. If too many people were involved, that would be weird.
Hot damn, boys, we're on a roll. Hey, Madison, what'd you write down?
I didn't.
Sorry, come again for Big Mason.
I didn't write anything down. Like you said, we were on a roll.
Madison, if you make me repeat myself, I got news for you. I will not be able to, because quite frankly, I don't remember any of it.
Okay, it's okay. Where did we stop?
4.
Okay, so 5. 5 would be no one has to answer for a crime unless they have access to a grand jury for capital crime, bad crimes.
Right, but if you're in a war, it's okay, and you don't have to speak for yourself.
Basically, they can't be denied life or liberty without due process of law.
God, that's so clear.
That is the most clear.
No, it's not. That's just a jumble of ideas.
Oh, hey, if they get off, they get off. Okay, you don't get no do-overs.
Yeah. Oh, no do-overs once a trial's decided. That is decided. That is only fair.
Wait, I can't keep up. Are we on 4 or are we on? I'm sorry, are we on 5 or are we on 6 now?
6. We're actually on 6.
Shit! Wait.
Okay, 6. 6 is that everyone has the right to a trial and the public can be there.
Quickly, they should quickly go to trial. The last thing we need is a bunch of possible criminals gestating in jail. We'd have as many jails as schools.
Guys, slow down.
A quick trial in the place where the crime took place, the ability to have witnesses and to have a lawyer. Oh, God, yes, good.
That all could have gone together. I don't know why we have 2.
Screw it, it's how it's written. We're moving on. Burning daylight here, that's number 6.
It is.
Oh, thank you.
Well, what's the rush there, Jefferson? One of your slaves about done with the milking. You're going to go help them take a bath?
Joke's on you. My slaves hardly ever bathe.
God, you are a degenerate. Do you know that?
I do. And yet, you wouldn't have your independence without me.
Yep. I hope someone knocks down a statue of you someday.
Mean?
What?
Bugging me, you guys.
But
Well, we have all these laws about a trial, but nothing that says just how bad it has to be in order to get a jury trial.
Very. Very bad.
yeah, it's something that can't be settled with a duel.
Thank you, Second Amendment.
Well, technically, most things could be settled with a duel then, so why have the laws in place to begin with?
You just want to suck the joy out of everything, don't you?
I'm just saying we can't take people to a jury trial over someone stepping on your shoe or breaking a buckle.
You do have some nice buckles, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I just got them polished.
They look splendid.
You too fancy.
My point is that there has to be a level of severity. It has to be pretty bad.
Yeah, whatever it is, it has to be severe enough that we are clarifying it in the amendments of the Constitution. It's something rock solid that can't be changed.
So it needs to be a large and specific offense that will always be looked at as the end-all be-all?
Right. These amendments are too important. People will look at these and say, based on our moral standpoints and the needs of our nation in its current state, We cannot change these.
So, like, no matter what, no one will ever change their mind and see these amendments as outdated or unnecessary anymore?
Right, right. These will represent what America is. And America we're trying to build to last. So whatever sort of damage is caused to warrant a jury trial, it will always be represented as something needed and reasonable.
So, like $20 worth of damage?
Yeah, $20. That is a lot of money.
Oh, that would be pretty bad.
My carriage costs nearly $20. It's not even insured.
So, to reiterate, so it will never be forgotten or overlooked as an important and unwavering amendment of our Constitution, a representation of how rock solid this document is.
Any issue that meets or exceeds $20 will receive a jury trial. I'm writing that down.
Good, good. Can you imagine not taking someone to court over $20? This amendment is always going to be relevant.
Oh, that's the 7th one then?
Yes, indeed.
Sweet.
Ah, man, I am incredibly proud of you for writing all these down, Madison.
Thanks, man. That means a lot.
Oh, well.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Wait.
It looked like he was about to Benedict your Arnold.
Never. You never mention that name in front of me. You never mention that name.
Calm down. Calm down. You're okay. We're fine.
I got a lot of feelings about that.
I know. We decided that any issue that exceeds $20,
Like if Mason ruins your coat when he storms your Fort Ticonderoga.
Can be brought to a jury trial.
I like what we've got going on here, though. We are making sure that our justice system is indeed just.
Well, when you lived under an oppression for so long, it's important to have a government that has the best interest of the people at heart.
I like to think we have our people's best interests at heart.
And we do.
All right, when did this get so weird?
Justice should be about keeping people free, not keeping them incarcerated, metaphorically or otherwise.
I bet you like to be metaphorically incarcerated.
What? That doesn't
Absolutely nothing. Continue with your soliloquy.
Jefferson, didn't you say something earlier about not wanting to keep people in prison?
Yes.
What did you mean?
Oh, right. Okay, so what I mean is that before someone goes to trial, they shouldn't have to sit in jail. We shouldn't be looking to keep people in jail. That's fucked up. I have known guys that have been in the jail. I don't like it.
Wow, an astounding observation.
Hey, the longer someone sits in jail, the more they get mad at the system. The more they get mad at the system, the more likely they are to commit crimes against the system.
And talk shit about the people who got them there.
Not what I was saying.
Letting everyone know that you have sex with your slaves.
Oh, he said it! We've been beating around that bush this entire time, and you just came out like he's not.
Stop. No, sit down. Stop doing that. Look, that guy was an asshole. If we just let him out of jail, he wouldn't have said those things about me.
It's okay, Jefferson. In a few years, people will forget that.
Really?
No. History never gets recorded for people to look up.
You were being sarcastic. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, but Jefferson, you want to let people out of jail so they'll talk about shit about the people who put them there, because that's a basis of a justice system.
The basis of a justice system is to maintain order, make people aware of the laws, and promote reform.
You can push people far enough to they get fucked over so many times by the justice system that justice means nothing to them. That would be a broken-ass system.
And that is not an America I intend to create.
So what do you gentlemen propose?
That if someone gets in trouble, it's just that. Look, our citizens are still our citizens, and we aren't trying to make our citizens feel unwanted or criminalized by our government. Look, they may suck at being people.
As you so eloquently put it earlier.
Let's not treat people like assholes just for making a mistake. How's that?
Oh, so people who commit crimes are now just people who made mistakes.
Some of them, yeah.
Or they are fucking criminals.
Or they're really, really stupid. You want to pack buildings full of stupid people?
But if it gets them off the street and out of mainstream society, kinda. I don't see a huge problem with that.
That is fucking cruel.
Well, since you're a beacon of kindness,
Can I ask you a question?
I don't see why not. You barely shut the fuck up.
Let's say that you get arrested for walking across the street the wrong way.
That's the why would you even?
I'm making a point here.
Let him finish.
Right, it's a stupid fucking crime. So don't you think you'd rather just learn that it was wrong of you to do something like that instead of sitting in jail for something that minuscule?
No, you should be able to pay a fine and get out of there.
But if they did something that's really shitty,
Oh God, then let them rot. Like what? Like baby murder. Baby murder. That's not a small thing.
jeez, whoa, dude,
Why would you even bring up baby murder?
I'm trying to set precedent here.
it's a pretty fucking high precedent.
I would hope we keep baby murderers in jail.
Nobody wants the baby murderers out of jail.
Right. So, for the small stuff, let's not keep the people in jail. I get it now.
Yes, they should be able to say, I learned my lesson, I paid the price for it, but continue to be functioning members of an American society.
So, if we find them, we should find them less than $20. That's a lot of money.
I don't even know the last time I saw $20 in one place.
We all agree it's an outrageous amount of money. But what is to stop us from making it so that's how much you pay if you get in trouble?
The Bill of Rights?
The motherfucking piece of paper right here!
Well, why would we need that money anyway? We've created the justice system to keep us safe, not to make money. That's why we have business. The businesses make the money, and the government protects us.
Yeah, but there is still a fine, right? The government has to make money somehow.
Are you suggesting the absolutely ludicrous notion that somehow we instate so many ways to break the law that people are constantly paying into the government to keep the cash flow going? Because that is fucked up, Mason.
Super fucked up, Mason.
No. I'm saying is that we do have to have fines. You can't just give people a slap on the wrist and say, don't do that again. Crime is crime. It has to be punished.
Right, but it can't be excessive.
Like $20.
Oh, like $20.
Yeah.
The point is that we don't treat people like animals or hurt them once they're arrested. We treat them like people, like normal, everyday people. Respect.
Yes, see, we are a caring country. We may arrest you for being shitty, but we won't treat you like you're shitty.
Yeah, I'll fucking last.
So, by that standard, bail money shouldn't be too high either.
Oh, no, if they have the right to a trial, they have a right to not be in jail until the trial says so.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Shut the fuck up, Mason. No one's ever going to use flowery language like that. But, yeah, you are right, yeah.
Okay, so no excessive bail, fines, or cruel and unusual punishment.
Fine. That is number 8. Make the noise. I like that.
Oh my God, can we be done yet?
How did you expect to cover every basic right of our citizens in one day?
Because we aren't idiots.
Well, I mean, you're here.
No, the rights given to people should be pretty common sense.
Oh, we should have just written down, use common sense.
Nope, this is America. We're not prone to mass hysteria or buying into zeitgeist. Common sense is basically the foundation of our nation.
Oh, that rhymed. Oh, fuck you, it did.
Right, Jefferson is right.
One more time. I never tire of hearing that.
There's really no feasible way to explain every right people have, like the right to breathe air,
The right to walk outside.
the right to have sex with Jefferson's mom.
The right to have sex with Mason's slaves.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I had sex with all your slaves. Every single one of them. Yeah, so.
But that's dangerous, though. The government could say, It's not defined. It's not your right. The issue with listing rights in the first place is that any that aren't there could be considered not someone's right.
That is a fucking backwards way of thinking. Why would we try to take things away from people instead of giving things to them?
Did you literally forget everything that we talked about with England? Tell me which part you forgot.
We are not England.
Oh, but we could be England.
We don't talk funny.
Well, that's true.
And we don't wear stupid red coats.
That is also true.
Guys, we just have to take the steps to ensure that we absolutely don't become like England, and leaving it open-ended like that.
But right and wrong aren't necessarily something that can be written down on paper. You know, it's more of a feeling or an instinct, a human understanding that shouldn't have to be defined. So if we write down that there are rights that people have that aren't listed, that protects the undefined rights.
I don't know. Having a vague amendment could subject our nation to long, drawn-out arguments over what is a right and what isn't. Is that something we're okay with?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But then again, I am looking for a cop-out, so I don't have to sit here all day explaining rights. Like, a man has the right to hold hands with his best friend on the Tuesday near dusk.
God, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, it does.
Guys, you know what? I'm fine with this, okay? Like we said earlier, things are gonna change.
Well, we said?
You argued it first.
We know what's right for us. That's what the whole process is about. So let's let other people decide what's right for them, I guess.
Yeah, nothing inherently dangerous with that, sure, but I guess I could go fuck myself. That's good too.
As long as it's understood that there are too many rights to list. And just because we have rules written down doesn't mean others don't exist out there somewhere as the country progresses.
I mean, most of the ones that we came up with today are actually just anti-English ones. It's actually very specific to that.
Yeah, man, I hope that's okay, though. Like, most people hate England right now, so everyone should agree with these, but I'd be sad if all we politicians were known for was doing that, passing laws, trying to tear down what we hate, rather than what would build up a better country.
What?
To be honest, this sounds like a mom. Like, just because I haven't told you all the rules doesn't mean that there aren't more rules. That is a mom thing. We're all moms.
Well, sometimes maybe this country could just use a good mom.
I think you'd make an excellent mom.
Oh yeah? Just give Jefferson a spanking whenever he needs it.
You're both aware I'm sitting right here, right?
I'm writing it down. Just because we wrote down rights here doesn't mean that other rights don't exist, and they don't take away from those rights.
And that one is 9.
I didn't even make that decision. It made it for me.
And everything else, we leave up to the states to decide. Thank you. You're welcome. We're done.
What do you mean?
Did we just give the people a pretty solid list of rights?
Yeah,
And now we're talking about people coming up with rights we didn't list here, right?
right.
So for everything else, we let the states decide. And we go to the pub.
I could kiss you.
Just do whatever you want.
Wait, what?
What, you said something. What'd you say?
Okay.
So the states basically take on all the difficult little stuff.
I mean, each state knows its own people. That's for the best, right?
Well, what if one state decides to do something that other states don't, but people have to travel between said states for work or family or something like that? Would that all line up and work easily?
They'll be fine. Yeah. It's the United States. I mean, for Christ's sakes, it's in the name. Plus, if they do dumb shit, then they'll deal with us. And that's how that will work.
Right. We can't give these people everything. We just said that. So now the people and the states get to decide the rest, and boom, we've got ourselves a country.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, it covers the whole gamut.
It's a catch-all. Any rights not listed here get worked on by the state government first.
And the federal government doesn't have to work hard. Man, I can't wait to be president.
Oh, you're going to be president?
Yeah, I'm going to be president. It's already been decided. Oh, he thinks voting matters. Ha!
Thomas Jefferson was the third president of the United States.
Well, fuck it then. I'm going to be president too. If it's that easy. I'm a well-known politician. That's all it takes, right?
James Madison was the fourth president of the United States.
Well then, after that, I'll be president.
George Mason was never president. He died 3 years after they finished this.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? Did anyone else hear? Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Look,
Oh,
being
fuck.
president's going to be cake, okay? We just created parameters for the whole way the country runs. Now the state governments handle the minutia.
And then the uppity people in their communities can create their own weird social laws and whatever cultures they've created. Yeah. I love it. That's beautiful. It's a diverse America.
Right. Any rights not given to the United States by the Constitution
Which this is now part of.
goes to the states and to the people.
Guys, we just handled every law that will ever be made by not making it.
And that's 10.
You know, I can't see one person disagreeing or misinterpreting this because we've done a fine job. This is America. For God's sakes, one nation, indivisible.
With liberty.
And justice for all. This is a solid list. Good work, fellas.
Thanks.
Let me look at that. Yeah, this seems clear to me. Well done. Even to you.
I don't know. They'll change it. Give it like 19 years. They won't understand a goddamn thing we wrote.
I think as long as people really take the time to really read these rights and understand what they mean, where they come from, and precisely why, our country should have no problem holding it together. United.
Hey, Madison?
Hmm?
Can you put bitches at the end?
Oh my
Don't
god.
right. Bill of Rights, bitches! And you could do like, Bill of Rights, bitches! You don't know what comedy is, because it's like, it's funny, but it's also like a serious thing.